Shaida, can you share the meeting? Shaida huko?
Naona Soile yako.
Si utupeleke hapo. Oh, sorry. I thought you ready.
Umenichangamsha pia. So
I
hope everyone is okay. I had a good day. Yeah. Baridi mingi, vumbi mingi, but I'm hopeful that itanyesha later. So recap, I enjoyed yesterday's facilitation. How it was really challenging how to learn how to handle a client. In my head I was thinking it would be easy, but then in practice actually kwa ground vitu kwanga different. So yeah, it was challenging and it was a good learning experience how to go through all the steps from relationship building, assessment, goal setting, interventions and problem solving, evaluating, and termination. So yeah, so that's all I can say. So I think I'll ambush another person to talk us through all the communication skills we learned. Joanne, Ishom.
Yes, Soire.
Oh, nice. You are always
Always ready. I'm fine. Yes, thank you. Good to see all of you. Just like Soire, yesterday was a good experience. Felt like being in a therapy room, but also now on the side of like learning how to do it. In theory, sometimes it sounds easy, but when we are practicing, sometimes you don't know what to ask, what to say. But I'm glad we are all learning, and even how Teacher Elizabeth is guiding us is really good, because I feel it's good we are learning now, so that when the time comes, we'll be equipped and we'll continue learning together. So I'm looking forward to today, and I know there's a lot to learn, and also that challenge is good, being put on the spot and getting out of that comfort zone. I think it's a good learning experience. So I'll hand it over to Mary. Mary, you can share if you're in a position to. If not, Ashley, you can. Oh, okay.
Good evening, everyone. I'm good. Just come from following up on some issues in regard to my injuries, and I'm feeling a bit tired, a bit overwhelmed, but I'm okay, good to go. And I enjoyed yesterday's class. And in fact, I really learned a lot, and I've seen the need for having the confidence to face the client, to even to be the client, even and to face the client. So thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
Yes. Because you've really taken us through. You have enabled us to at least to have a first-hand experience of whatever happens in the counseling room. So God bless you so much. Ready for today's lesson. Thank you.
Can you throw the ball, Mary?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I'm very happy today. My name is Marianne Karaoke. Nawapenda nyinyi wote. Acha niwaambie, mi jana nilifikiria kukaa kwa counseling room ni very easy na kuongea na guest. Client is very easy, but it turns out I need to do a lot of learning. I need to look at watch so many videos to get to understand what usually happens. But I'm really happy that I am here. Yesterday I was not able to share how I was feeling. I realized that
Walimu
the day
mute.
before yesterday I was angered so much. So my anger had fluctuated. Ilikuwa huko 1000 degrees. And I wanted to say that yesterday. But it's something that I told myself that was the first and the last day I'm getting angry like that. But I thank God because I am aware that I was angry and what I need to do. So otherwise, be blessed. And I'm looking forward to learn more so that I can have more confidence on the field on this our field. Thank you.
Pass over the button.
I pass over to, let me look here. Faith.
Good evening, everyone. My day has
Evening to you.
good. So far, so good. I'm looking forward for today's class. Thank you. Millicent.
Over the button.
Millicent.
Good evening, everyone. My day was okay, and I'm very expectant for tonight for what we are to learn today. Thank you. Timothy?
Thank you, Millicent. Thank you. My day was good. I was trying to evaluate what I have done the whole day, and then just to see what I have gained or what I have lost. But I thank God that the day was good for me and my family. And I'm looking forward for today's class. I can also reflect from yesterday's lesson. And as my colleagues are saying, when you do it practically, that is when you understand things the way they are. And I thank God for our teacher and others, our colleagues, for participating so well yesterday. And I hope that will be the spirit on the way forward. May God bless you. So I pass my button to Devi.
Thank you, Kimaru. I was 99.9% sure the ball was coming my way from you, but that's a good thing. So I've had a nice day. Pretty busy, juggling a lot of things. The day never seems to be enough for anyone who is not in employment in this green city under the sun. So my hustling up and down, hours in Aisha, but here I am looking forward to the class. Yesterday's experience was pretty nice, interesting. Anyway, for sure, being in that counseling room, and it's not about just cutting stories inside there. You know, it has to be a structured process. Otherwise, you can even very easily lose your line of thought. It was a good experience. Looking forward to more of that. Asanteni.
Hand over the button, Devi.
Oh, sorry. So I hand over the baton to, my screen is very limited. Who hasn't? Is Catherine here? Catherine Mutave. Going once, going twice. Higher. Has Judy spoken?
Hi, good
Hi.
evening. My day has been quite slow, in a good way though. I kind of took time to go through what we learned yesterday. I loved the class, like I loved yesterday's class, and I remember on our very first class, I said I'm more of a listener than a talker. Yes, I can use that term. So I've been trying my best to bring out that the talking skill. I'm really trying my best to do that. Even though I'm in I'm in hospitality industry, more of the hospitality industry, but this is kind of new to me. So contemplating the terms in psychology, counseling. Um, let's say I'm getting there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this class. Yes, thank you.
Hand over the baton. Jude, pass the baton.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I hand over the baton to Mary. Has Mary spoken? Mary?
Yes, I have.
Okay, my screen. Ashley, how about Ashley? No, Rosette. Rosette.
Okay, Judy, I'll take.
Rosette talking.
Okay. But Mary, you're definitely loved. Mary, you're definitely loved. Hello, hi everybody. Okay, so my day was just a chill. My day was just a chilled one. Nothing spectacular. But I thank God I'm alive. Okay, as of yesterday's class was amazing. But there is one thing I came to realize: I'm not as patient as I thought. Because when some of you were doing the facilitations, I realized I was losing my Lord of mercy. Mambo kwa ground ni tofauti. Otherwise, I thank God for Teacher Liz. Teacher Liz, you're just a blessing. I thank God for everyone here. You guys are amazing. So I'm looking forward to today's class. Okay.
Pass over the baton.
Okay, jamani, jitokezeni. Whoever has not spoken. Faith, have you spoken?
Yes, I've spoken.
Okay. I think everyone has spoken. Teacher imebaki wewe.
Yes, it's okay. I'm good. I thank God. Thank you everyone for sharing. Today will be even a more vibrant day because we are doing a real practice of counseling as we agreed, because we need to know how we can go the process of therapy effectively from the beginning to the end. But we are not going to do it immediately. I am going to prepare you. In fact, I also said that during the break we shall go on time so that we are not late. I'll send you an excerpt, which you'll be having a case that you'll be presented to the client. The client will read the excerpt. Then when the therapist is talking to the client is going to take the issue from there. And we shall see how we are going to prepare the session. At least we can try to do a few today, because by the end of next week, we need to have done it for everyone. This I decided to do because I don't want anybody to be left out. If I call for a physical class, people might not be available, and I don't want to leave anybody. So you around me. We first flash through the part that is remaining very fast. This topic is not very hard. Some of these things we can read on our own so that we can do the practical part of it. So I think we can pray. And I want to acknowledge that I received some work. In Dhika, there is a young man who found me there, found the secretary, but the work was mine. I was given. I was in Nairobi, I picked. Judy's journal, I left it in Nairobi. So the work I picked from Nairobi, I'll be dropping it next week. Maybe Thursday there. So keep on bringing. Those who can do it, bring. So I have a lot of work here. I picked 3 envelopes in Nairobi. Dhika, I picked 1 big envelope. Judy's journal is marked in Nairobi. So if you happen to bypass there, somebody told me, Ashley told me that she will drop hers on Tuesday, so I'll pick it on Thursday. So if you drop your work there, don't mind. Thika, Nairobi, I'm okay. Even Kiabu, if you live near Kiabu, drop there. I'm okay. Those 3 areas, Kiabu, I go on Fridays. Thursday, I have a commitment there. I normally go, not at Kipko, but Nairobi. I normally go there. I've been there for the last 3 weeks. Thika, I'm very frequent, so no worries. Those who will not be able to do it, be rest assured that your issues will be addressed online, because we need to appreciate everyone. Bao, I saw your text, and the VSU is there, or you are to drop. How did
I dropped it at the Nairobi.
When?
I dropped it today at 10 a.m.
At
10 a.m. in Nairobi.
So I picked at around 7:30, so that one I was not able to pick. No worries. I can still pick it if I happen to go there before. Anyway, if it's there, it's very safe. The secretary keeps them very well. In fact, I passed there by 7:30 because where I was going, I was supposed to be there at 8. So, and I left Nairobi at 9:30. So even before you came, I had left. Okay, thank you so much for what you have been doing. Let us have somebody lead us in a word of prayer. Tafadhali, somebody to lead us in a word of prayer. Anyone?
Let us pray.
Thank you.
Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful evening. We thank you for gathering us here together once again. We invite you into our class session, into a class in our sessions. We ask that you give us understanding and that you guide our teacher well, and that even as we practice here, to be able to, first of all, receive our own empowerment so that we can also empower others. May you be our guide. We pray for the rest who are yet to join the class, that you be with them. And I pray for each and every person here in this class, that Father, you may be with them, that Lord, the different issues that we go through that sometimes we never get to share here or even highlight, we pray because you know everything, that Father, I pray that you be with all of us. For those who are not feeling well, we pray that you may heal them and touch them, give them back strength. And for those who are facing their own personal challenges, we pray that you may also meet them where they're at. We thank you, and we ask this shortly, trusting and believing in the mighty name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you, David, for that. Very important to be with God. Let me say I had a very busy day. By the way, busy. Hey, the day has been busy. I'm telling you, busy, tight. You have heard of airtight cases. Mine was airtight. But I thank God I was able to reach home 1 hour before time. And I gave myself at least a 30 minutes rest, just processing on what I'm going to teach. It was not an easy day because I had to pass through KIPCO. I had 2 clients, very demanding, 2 clients. And Nairobi, I also did some work for 1 hour from where I normally pass. Then here I am. And I'm ready. And Thika, I stayed a bit because of you people, because I needed the observation checklists. I cannot do this work without an observation checklist, which you guide me on elements. So that maybe when you are conducting your therapy here, for those 15 minutes that you'll be doing it, we have to tick, where are we doing well? And I'll make sure those who are in Nairobi and Thika and can take the observation checklist, they will pick them because I'll work on them. Those who will not, I know how to do. We shall know how to do it with the head of training. Once I have filled, you will receive your feedback. Because this observation checklist is very key when you will be having maybe external assessments, they need it in your portfolio. So we cannot ignore. We cannot just do QDoodle. We need to have something written. So I also took some time there because I wanted that current checklist for you. And I'll read for you the component and what is required before you do the practice so that you are aware. What I was not able to get, and I think I'll give you later before maybe next week, before we finish up with communication, are the assessment tools so that you also accustom yourselves to them and you know where they're. But before we do our counseling today, I'll have to explain a bit on how you are going to go about it. The consent form, I have it online, no worries. So the consent form I'll send, so that when you are dealing with your client, utamwambia here is a consent form, they will understand, though they will not feel there. I think the client you are going to cancel, even if you are not near each other, the details of that person, get them later on during your free time. The person you are going to cancel, the details you get there, you download that form during your free time so that you fill those details for your own evidence in the portfolio. We shall highlight that when we reach there. Let me start by just saying something very small before we connect.
Mwalimu, before you start class.
Yes.
Mwalimu, mimi hali yangu iko tata kwa kweli. So next week I'm in Nairobi.
Yes.
And I think I would want to pass by the school, maybe the Nairobi one, of course, the Nairobi one. At least to know anything that I can do while I'm there, because I'll be in Kenya again next year.
For you, do this, Rosette, because you are here, do the journals here. Yes. Do the cards here.
Okay.
And drop them in Nairobi. Sikiliza. Please, even have the case of Ruth, and we have some questions I want you to do at part 2. Part 2 was on elements. Part 1. Part 2, I'll give you question on the case of Ruth. Sikuna kesi ya Ruth hapo, lakini hiyo hautagusa leo because you might get confused. But I'll give you the 2 questions I need you to answer there today so that you know what to do. On 3 questions, you do 3 from there, from the case, but I'll give you from where. I'm the one to give you because I have the hard copy of the case. I hope you're so do all your journals here for the kama ni 3 months. Do a summary journal of the May, June, July, August, my dear.
Okay. And Mwalimu, see, I thought you were to bring a sample ile Marian.
I didn't said that.
Kare is laughing. No, Marian accepted that you must, and then you read it here in class. Was that done?
No. Nitatuma for a student. Nitatuma, niko nayo kwa gallery, nitatuma.
Kwa sababu ile mwalimu, acha niseme tu kweli, ile ingine ulituma ile.
Lakini Rosette, you have the phobia. Other people have written the journals, please.
Very nicely.
Nitakutumia. Nitatuma kwa group, mtaiona.
Kwani mwalimu unafikiri sina, niko nayo lakini si
Yeah, we begging this. Turn it
I'll say from the gallery. I'll say.
Okay.
We begging.
Angela Timothy.
And then when we read it, because it is personalized, we shall delete. It won't stay there for a very long time. When I said, just said to yourself, Sidio, or somewhere save, so that I delete. I'll tell you the time. I'll give you like 5 minutes. When I said, you said somewhere, I delete because I don't want everybody to read that journal or my student. I only need students to read it, but not other trainers. It's not good. For you, I have no problem. I said, when we go for break, I said, then I give you 10 minutes, then I delete.
Teacher.
Yes.
I think you can also send it to Yvette, to Rosette. Whoever wants, they can get to Rosette.
Thank you. So I said to Rosette so that she can pass it to other people. See, dear?
Yes.
Thank you. That one is even fine. Rosette, do this.
Mariam, uko fiti, wewe ni mtu wangu.
Where Rosette, do this. Just dini your number there, like the kaseda ka SMS kidogo kwangu ndivyo nione, so that nitarusha.
Okay.
I have no problem. Thank you, Marianne, for quick thinking. Thank you very much. Thank you. I didn't miss this class. Though I get tired, it's worth it. I didn't get tired, but I'm praying God to give me stamina. It's not easy to teach, but I'm praying God. So that we can use our time well today, I'll just mention a few things here. And one of it will be primary communication modes. So when we talk of communication modes, like this mode of MODES, communication modes, just to help you know the difference in case you have such a query, they can be very confusing. Communication modes. Yes, those ones, they are like, are they 2 or 3? Yes, there are 4. One of it is verbal communication. In other words, oral modes of communication. We used to call them moods or modes of communication. So we have the verbal, and if you say oral, you'll be okay. If you say spoken word, you'll be okay. Yes, those are spoken words. And those ones, as we shall be checking, you check on the tone of voice. And we call it paralanguage. The pace. You know, there is the pace, there is the tone, and there is the volume. So in our communication in the verbal, we must vary the tones. What did I hear you say? I can really imagine what? So you keep on changing the tone. Then the pace, sometimes you say, okay, hey, that was very bad. That must have been very bad. The pace, sometimes you go faster. Then volume, what? What are you talking about? I cannot believe it. So you keep on changing the volume. That one brings a lot of emphasis. We call it intonation. In fact, in good English, there is something we call intonation. So verbal, then we come to non-verbal communication. Non-verbal is where you check the body language. And sometimes when we say the body language, we check the eye contact, the facial expressions, and posture. Posture is the way you are seated. Like I showed you yesterday, the way you are supposed to sit. You sit in an open posture, and you sit when you are not so open, and you sit when you are not so closed. So don't close yourself so much. At the same time, don't close yourself so much. So non-verbal includes 3 things: facial expression, eye contact, and body posture. Those 3. Then we have the other mode of communication is called written communication. When we talk of written communications, in fact, we can talk of journals being one, emails, and chat messages. And not just journals, therapeutic journals. Therapeutic journals, which are so synchronized. When I talk of synchronizing, it's when you write a journal in a continuous flow. And that journal, which is in a continuous flow, it is bringing a lot of reflection. Yes, synchronizing your journal, that is very critical. When I read the journals, I see that in most of you, and what I have not been able to pick much from very many people is what we are calling the feelings. These thoughts are well spelled out, but when it comes to the feelings, they are not coming in very well. And I think by the end of the day, God willing, I'll take only like 5 minutes. I'll give you the different types of emotions so that from your thought, you can be able to pick one. Let me give an example. You can say, I started the day on a rather high note, and it was exciting. I felt very nice because I was going to visit a certain place for the first time in my life. This made me feel very nice. It also made me feel, what can I say? It also made me feel excited. It also made me feel, you don't say excited and it also made me, just say, it made me feel joyous, excited, and happy. Actually, I have been telling myself, if this day comes, there are many things that I will have to accomplish in my life. I thank God because the day came and it all started well. Unfortunately, I was not able to wake up on time, and this made me miss the first vehicle. This made me feel very disappointed, and I almost lost myself. It was not until I had a call from a friend who assured me I was to pick up with them that my soul felt relaxed. In fact, I had to take a motorbike so as to connect with them. Like that. So you make this journal very expressive. That's what I mean. Make your journal very expressive, thoughtful, and very expressive. Sometimes you can say it was, I felt apprehensive, and I comprehended that life is not just based on one aspect of life. This has made me change my mindset, but it has not been easy. Sometimes I have been feeling very low, trying to summon up my willpower to be able to adjust myself to something I'm not used to. I have come to learn through counseling that for somebody to actualize and to grow, they need to work on themselves and take personal responsibility. This to me might take time, and sometimes I'm feeling exhausted and tired and not having the energy to continue. Nevertheless, as we continue practicing on counseling, I am feeling encouraged. That is a journey. You make it a journey. I want our journals to be journey. Let it be a journey. Journal is a journey. And come into touch with your feelings very well. Mix all of them. Anyway, that was written communication. I've said you synchronize it. Then number 4 is visual communication. Now, sometimes people like teachers or other people who are working in other institutions, they use diagrams. They use PowerPoints. That is what we call visual communication and so forth. And they're also good. So there are 4 modes of communication: verbal, non-verbal, written communication, and visual. From there, we come to the channels. I want you to pick that word, channels or mediums of communication. medium of communication can be face-to-face, in person. Like now we are doing some sort of online and conferencing, but face-to-face means we are together. We are doing it now. You know, verbal, you can do it when you are very far, but face-to-face, the distance has to be there. I'm missing the day that I'll meet most of you physically and I see you, so that we have a physical one. But it might happen when we shall be doing the exam. Those will be available physically. The exam, maybe when you'll be doing internal assessment, maybe we might meet. So face-to-face, that is in person. And this one is, they say, is the richest because you can read the body language and you can also read the nonverbal cues. The other one is video conferencing. It is a digital one, And here, when you have the video, you see the other person, though not physically, but you see them. You can see the face. Like what we are going to do today can be a video conferencing where we cancel a client seeing them. So the person will be seeing the other person from the other end. The other channel, we call it telephone. Now this one is auditory, meaning it's the sound. You hear the sound. Because you call a person, like now I call Rosette, how are you? Then she answers. So it's audio, it's more of an audio. It's more of an audio. So telephone is a medium or channel that is more of audio, where video can be categorized in the two. Then we have digital chat or messaging. Those are instant messaging, like WhatsApp or emails. Yes, you chat. Like now, if I said that journal to you, it is a digital chat. So the message you come immediately to your WhatsApp or to your email. So those are the four types or the four channels of communication. Remember, I talked about the modes of communication. Then we have the channels, face-to-face, video conferencing, telephone, and finally digital chat. That is messaging or SMS. That one we normally name them that way. Now, I want to hear from you very fast. Assuming you are a counselor now, and this counselor need to do counseling, which are these factors you can consider as a counselor when selecting a communication channel? Can we try to brainstorm? What factors do we consider when selecting a communication channel? What are these factors that can be considered in your own way? You want to do counseling? Which channels? Yes, John?
Teacher, I think one of the channels is considering the distance of the person you're going to engage with.
Yes, the distance. That's John. Thank you. Consider the distance so that you know what to use. If somebody is in Mombasa and you're in Dhika, you can do the video instead of face-to-face. That's good, Chege.
Thank you, teacher.
Yes, another one. Yes, Irene.
The client's preference.
Yes, the client preference is also very critical. Which one do they prefer? Thank you. I can see Leah. Leah, I can see you raised your hand.
Sorry. Good evening, everyone.
Evening
We
to
should
you.
also consider the cost.
Yes, the cost. Yeah, that's good. The cost is also a key factor. It should be cost effective. Cost effective. I agree with you. What about the safety of the client? The channel should also consider the safety of the client. Where are they? Like there are some people who say, I'm not in a safe place. And actually, when they are not in a, we don't allow them to speak because they might even say things that are not okay and they're in public. So client safety is also very critical, and also security and confidentiality. The channel must be secure. Not everybody is hearing what we are saying. Like now we have our link, and this link is not accessible to everyone. So it must be very, very secure and confidential, because we don't want everybody to hear what we are saying. Whatever we are saying does not belong to the public, but belongs to this class. It's not for everyone. Channel can also be determined by the nature of the message. Nature of the message. We have cases or messages that are very emotional and highly sensitive, and they need the counselor to do a lot of non-verbal cues to check the body language. So that one needs the face-to-face session. So if the message is very critical, sometimes even things like loss and grief, if it is possible, let it be done in person instead of somebody being very far, because the case is complex. You need to work on the emotions, and you need also to check the body language very much so that the person can heal. The other one could be technology. Which one is available? You know, there is a way you can put other gadgets that are not available. So if we are using the links, is it accessible to everyone? Are people having reliable internet? Do they have the suitable hardware? Yes, we have to be very, very careful, because not every place is like ours. Other people may prefer simpler things, but for us, we are lucky we have these gadgets with us. And also the channel you can choose a code depending on the therapeutic alliance, the connection between you and the counselor. It can, you can say, let us use the video, let us use the audio, so you choose, depending on the therapeutic alliance or relationship. Very, very important. Then the other one, client preference. Somebody said what the client can prefer. Some clients can prefer maybe online, others want face-to-face. Like I have some trainees who say, I don't want an online class myself, I like this. So we also respect them. So the client preference is very, very critical. Somebody also said, thank you, cost and convenience. And finally, we have cultural and environmental factors. So the chosen channel must be accessible and appropriate for the client's cultural background. Who can explain that? That one, whereby you said it must be accessible, that one is okay, and appropriate for the client's cultural background. Kwani there are some cultures who don't feel like some channels are better than others, or they disregard them. Who can explain there a bit? Accessible, we agree. Appropriate for the client's cultural background. We have different cultures in Kenya, and maybe there is the way they view these channels. That one maybe I can add and say, maybe according to my thought, it is the appropriate for trans-cultural background. It could be because we have in different communities, we have different communication styles. People communicate differently. There is the way you can put the finger or the eye in a particular community. it means very little. Another community, it is very serious. That's why they say appropriate, because the body language can differ according to the community. Different communities, they use body language. There are some that are common, but different communities have different interpretation on the body language. They are not the same. Yes, Davy.
Maybe also seeking. Okay, there's a lot of echo.
Let me first.
Okay, thank you. Maybe also seeking clarification when we talk about these cultural issues in psychology and in counseling. Does this encompass the different age groups? So is that a different angle when we talk about cultural differences? Because then if it is, then I think it also fits in here to say that an older person who you are counseling might not appreciate modern things like WhatsApp, like email. So you might find that cultural and background barrier. Thank you.
Very good point there, yes. The age difference. Some cultures, even the old people, they may not agree to use the digital, even if they have them. They will say, just come. Don't talk to me through the phone. I like that. It is true. They can cut across different age groups. For the youth, whether they're in Turkana or where, they are flexible. They can use it. That's powerful. Thank you, David. That's a good input. I had not seen it from that perspective, but it is, yes, John. John, you want to say something?
Yes.
Mhm.
Kindly mute. There's a lot of. Thank you. I wanted, just out of curiosity, for the people who are abled differently, especially the deaf or blind, and they need counseling. In such cases, would you need an interpreter in the room or?
Come again, John. Sorry, I muted and I'm talking.
I'm saying for those who are differently, those who are able differently, for example, the deaf and the blind, because I remember where I was working, there's a time our head of clinical psychologist, she was saying that they had a group session with people who are deaf. So now I'm thinking, if maybe you get someone who is deaf or blind or is able differently, how would one navigate that? Because we can't discriminate, and it's good to also be inclusive. How would you need an interpreter in the room if you don't know sign language? You're still muted.
The client I was handling today is visually impaired, a lady, visually impaired. And like you are saying, those people who are able differently, they need people who are specialized in that area. So that if they are using Braille, they can help them to use Braille. If it is sign language, we need a person who is who knows the sign language very well so that they can interpret for them. So I think that one is catered for, and I can give an example. Like now in our news, we normally have sign language interpreters all over. Now on our side. So even in counseling, it should be. It should be. Even when we have a presentation there on the media, if they really care for people, at least for the visually impaired, they can hear. At least they can hear the audio. So if the TV is on and they are talking about an issue, those who are visually impaired can really pick very well because they have no problem with hearing. But those who cannot hear, the hearing impaired. We don't call them the deaf. It's not a good name. We call them the hearing impaired. We must have an interpreter, person who understands sign language so that they can see. So they should be catered for. They should be. That one is a factor. I think up to there, cultural sensitivity is very key, and also people with.
Mwalimu,
Yes.
Mwalimu, seems like when I raise my hand, you don't see mine because I've been raising severally.
I'm sorry that.
Yes, we are having someone on the chat.
Okay.
Yes, so I think when we were mentioning the things to consider, Maureen had written density of the matter.
Okay.
So density of the matter. So I think that one falls under the message.
Degree.
When you said the nature of the message.
Or the degree of the matter.
Yes, and she also said, so now that we are looking at, she was saying, so I think when we're looking at the cultural, environmental, culture and environmental background, she said married women having male counselors for strict Muslims.
Yeah.
Okay, and then she also mentions colors and beliefs and type of clothing. And then Timothy mentioned gender.
Timothy, when you talk of gender, what do you tell us more? We were trying to look at what? What were we trying to look at? The factors to consider when selecting a communication channel, the gender. How will gender come in here? Does it mean? Yes.
Thank you. I was trying to connect it with the culture, the perspective where you find people like you better mute Maureen.
Forget.
Hello. Yes, I think I was trying to connect it with the culture, and when I'm talking of the gender, there are some there are some cultures that they don't value. Like a good example, like when you are talking of women. So you find a man who is a male getting a counselor who is a female, and this man becomes very uncomfortable. There are those stereotypes, and I hope that's why I'm bringing it in this case. Thank you.
I'll keep on muting. Yes.
Salo, nimemaliza. You didn't get me?
Didn't get you, just stop.
Sorry, it is with connection with the culture, and I was talking of some culture that we know, where men don't respect women, and they are still there. There are still those kind of people. So if you get a client who is a good example, a client who is a male, and the counselor is a female, then you find also there may be some disconnect between the two, and that is why I was bringing it in.
I get you clearly now. That's powerful. That's good. It is true. Because in some cultures, maybe women are not valued. So you should take that into consideration. You are a male counselor or you are a female counselor, you are going to a particular community and they don't value women, you must also consider that. Although we are talking about the channel. Okay, it's okay. It's very much okay. Anybody else? Rosette, you asked was which one?
No, mine wasn't there. I just wanted to read what was on the chat.
Mwalimu sometimes anakuwaga na mambo mingi unaangalia hapa pale. Sometimes you get overloaded. It's overload because I want to check on everything and I don't want people to miss. Okay. Where are we now? We were finishing on the cultural barriers. We were told by when we were being trained that a trainer should be proactive. You look beyond. Now I know what they meant. Now let's quickly look at the barriers to effective communication in counseling. We
Jamani, we lost you, Mwalimu, or is it my side? Yeah, okay. Let's give her some time. Okay, guys, as we wait for the teacher, as we wait for Mwalimu to be back, yesterday I think I joined it in a little bit late, and I had Timothy. You've started your therapy, or did I hear it wrong? I came in while I think I had something of the sort. Timothy, you started already?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Tuesday was my second session.
Wow, congratulations. So how did you go? How did you go about the? Did you just pay through the pay bill, or how did you go through with the payment part?
No, they have a pay bill in place that used to be you.
You
pay
just use the pay bill.
yes,
Okay.
you just use the pay bill, and it has
Okay,
a
and
number
then
of details. They have details that they record. And they give you a very unique code.
Okay.
They don't use your name, so they have a unique code. Says that even if I go to their records, I can't know this is Lucette or this is Devi, this is who. No, you can't know who is this.
Okay. Okay, but how about the selection of the? How about the selection of the therapist? The counselor?
I was guided by one of the counselors.
Okay.
That I called, and then because I was like confused, having a list of 100.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you asked it to choose who, and you have never met this person.
You don't know them, yeah, right?
Yeah. So I was guided by one of the counselors there, and then
okay.
Yeah. So that is how I was
Okay.
connected. Yes.
Okay. So I'll just call also to find out. Okay. No problem. The teacher is here. Mwalimu, karibu.
Yes, I'm here. It's overloading or what is happening. I think this weekend something has to be checked. Anyway, because we have an option, I have no problem. So the first one I said, one barrier is emotional and psychological barriers. I have explained cultural and social differences can be a barrier to effective communication. Why? One, differing
Wait,
beliefs.
Mwalimu, let's start. We did not hear anything.
The first one.
Yeah.
Oh,
even
okay.
the first one.
Oh, let me. Oh, I'm always there. Okay, I'm sorry. I was talking of barriers to effective communication in counseling. Barriers to effective communication in counseling. The barriers or obstacles. Number one, I said emotional and psychological barriers. And when we talk of emotional and psychological barriers, it's where the client fear to share because they might be judged. There is shame and there is resistance. So they fear, there is shame, and also they resist because they don't want to talk more about their issues. That is one. Number two, cultural and social differences. Cultural and social differences. I was just saying our differing beliefs and the way we view things can pose a problem in our counseling or in our communication. Maybe I am from a different culture who view a certain word in a different way. Then I'm here, Elizabeth, from my community, and then I say a word that will not work well for a person on the other culture, of the other culture. That one can be very, very serious, and it can lead to a lot of misunderstanding. Other times, like somebody was saying on cultural and social differences, I think somebody said like you can look at somebody in the eye and then they see as if you are purposing something else, which you don't mean. Even some emotional expressions. There are some cultures you go express some emotions, you smile to a man and you are counseling, they think you are interested. And surely you only need that to make that person feel valued. It can be very tricky. Welcome, there you say, welcome, you can take a seat of your choice. Then other people say, no. According to our culture, this one is not allowed. So some of these things can be very sensitive. Cultural and social differences. Language and communication gaps. And here, sometimes you can be counseling a person. Like now I had a teenager I was counseling, and the hardest people to counsel are teenagers. Sometimes the formula is gone. You don't give narratives, they are not interested. You wonder where you are going, you can't use jargons. If you use unfamiliar technology or terminology, they will not talk. So sometimes I bring case scenarios so that they can comment. I bring just a case scenario and I ask them, assuming you are in a similar situation, how would you have handled this? Or maybe you can tell me if you are in a position to do so. When you are at this age, what was happening in your life and how is it affecting the way you are behaving today? Teenagers are tough. You try to look for language, you don't know. You don't know. You language to make them melt. Because there is a language for teenagers to make them feel that you are with them and you really fit. In fact, like today, I needed to behave a teenager I was some time ago, and we shared stories. I gave a disclosure of my teenage life, and actually it was so therapeutic. He really shared. I was so impressed. Now I became a teenager myself. I said, this one, if I want this therapy to move on, I must also use my wits. So Timothy, be a teenager. When you go to the children, behave like them. When you go to the old men, chukua mkwaju in the head so that you meet them where they are. That's what I have discovered. Then another barrier could be counselor-centered barriers. Counselor-centered barriers. I want to explain in one word. What are counselor-centered barriers? In fact, it's when a counselor has issues to deal with. They have their own issues they have to work on, and yet they are expected to deal with clients. Sometimes they are not able to support the clients fully because they have not dealt with their own issues. And they can have what we call a judgmental attitude. Sometimes they can be very sarcastic, they can downplay, and they can really make the clients lose or break the trust. So the counselor has to be very, very careful that you have dealt with your unfinished businesses. and you are authentic and congruent. So counselor-centered barriers, work on your values, work on your beliefs, work on your demeanor, even the way you are as a person. It does not mean because you are a counselor, you cannot be jealous. You can even have a very, very smart client and without your knowledge, you are jealous. Be very careful. You know, some clients are very rich and they are not paying you a lot of money, surely. Hata akikupatia 5,000 huyo ako na pesa ameingia hapo na Prado. Na wewe hata huna gari. Naona hiyo you can bring your own cancer-centered barriers there. And you start talking sarcastically without your knowledge. It is very serious. Very, very serious. I have noted as counselors, you have to be composed. Very sophisticated clients. You meet doctors. You are not a doctor. You meet a surgeon. You meet all caliber of people. It's not easy. It's not easy. And they are very sophisticated and they feel good about themselves. So the counselor-centered barriers, you have to work on them so that you fit. Number 5 is physical and environmental barriers. They can be there. Sometimes you can go to a counseling room like we did sometime in December. There was a room I was taken through a couple and I felt this is not the best because that side had a lot of noise. So I had to change to another and check on the environment. How is it? Is it safe? Then you can have technology issues. That is like poor internet. Right now you can hear my gadget is Safaricom, the better option. Although still the internet is Safaricom. But now the data bundles are constant and they are not letting me down. My son always tells me, Safaricom, the better option. Yes, and I agree with him because the shaky thing has gone. So technological issues are very, very critical. Ensure that if you are using the online, you are familiar with it and you have the privacy and there is no disruption in communication. If there is something I feel intimidated is when my network is misbehaving. I would rather use money than use my brain tissues on a hard read. It's a lot, but I wouldn't compromise my sanity with the problem the tissues in the brain. You know, sometimes you can use anything so that you feel safe. Yes. So even you as counselors, go the extra way or extra miles to ensure you are safe. You better use money, but you are doing the right thing. So I come again, there are 6 barriers. One is emotional and psychological barriers, cultural and social barriers, language and communication gaps, counselor-centered barriers, physical and environmental barriers, and lastly, technology issues which can arise. And sometimes when we just briefly, these barriers are sometimes out of our way. But there is, like now when you have these, the first one we mentioned, like which one? Emotional and psychological barriers, where the client is feeling ashamed. What can I do as a counselor? I'm just thinking, I can overcome that barrier by practicing active listening. I practice active listening so that I make this person not feel intimidated. And when we use active listening, you fully concentrate, avoiding interruptions, so that this client is not feeling ashamed even when they share. I want to say from the experience I have, In fact, clients get intimidated because we are not listening to them. And I have noticed that today. When I was dealing with that lady, in fact, she is visually impaired. The sister had brought her. And although she could not see, the sister can see. I made sure I'm near that lady and I constantly listened to her. And she was very apprehensive. Elizabeth, thank you for listening to me. You know, she can hear. And those people are very sensitive. They know when you are distracted, though they cannot see. In fact, if there are people I don't like joking with, not that I fear, it's because I know their senses are very sharp and they feel bad when they find that you are ignoring them. They are the visually impaired. Why? You know that the hearing, when you disappear, they can see. These ones, the senses are very high and their esteem goes low when they find that you are not listening to them. So I'm always very, very careful. I have lived with the visually impaired where I was living before I was near them. So even when I wanted to go, I could inform, Mama Steve, let me reach there for 30 minutes, I'm coming. Don't disappear without that, because they feel bad. So when you actively listen to them, you can break some of these barriers. Use the I statements, yes, to break the emotional barriers. Ensure that the environment is safe, those ones, and adapt the language. Reduce the jargons. Use clear and simple language. Avoid technical jargons and idioms. Telling the client systematic desensitization. They don't know. You know, you are suffering from layers of neurosis. Now, what do they know? They don't know. Just simply tell them there could be something that is hindering your feelings. Maybe something happened a long time ago that is making you feel the way you feel. Maybe if you don't mind, you can share, but you know, you are doing what we call cognitive restructuring, but you are not telling them that. But you know, you are doing psychoanalytic, you do the CBT, you also do psychoeducation, but you are not mentioning those jargons. Even when you are psychoeducating them, you tell them sometimes, we say, from what we read in books and in real life experiences, we say experience is the best teacher. And I believe because you have got these experiences, maybe there is something you have picked from these experiences. Very therapeutic, you have not imposed, you have not used jargons. Use very simple language. Avoid technical words. They bring a lot of sophisticated jargons. Yeah, very sophisticated. When we are saying this one brings catharsis, who told you they need catharsis? It's you who know the catharsis. Give them the environment so that they can pour out. Tell them, if you don't mind, I'll give you an opportunity to just say what you feel pains you very much. And this chance is yours. You can share however painful it is. You are doing catharsis, but you are using very simple words to make this client feel valued. Then embrace cultural sensitivity. Don't judge. What you don't know about a culture, leave it. Use interpreters if the language is new to you. Address technology barriers. If you know you cannot use maybe video conferencing, use something else, and manage personal biases. Last, you manage personal biases. Go for supervision. Go for supervision. Do a lot of reflection. My teacher told me counselors are wounded healers. You are wounded, but you are healing. So reflect, reflect, reflect on yourself. What is this that is disturbing me? Can I really work on it before I go there? That is powerful. That is that. I want just to mention something here. You know, our time is moving. I want by 8, we are done. We have communication flow in counseling. There is the way communication flows. When we are doing counseling, we have the communication flow. And our communication should be very systematic. And these flows, I'm a flow of FLOW, it's the way you do the communication as you deal with the client. And the first one is opening and joining. You open the session. Open by sharing, giving the contracting, the concerns, and so forth. It is called opening. There are communication phases of flow. You open the therapeutic process, and you can use that by doing the rapport. When opening, use the rapport, you ask the client the presenting issue and so forth. The other one is exploration. So you go deeper to the client issues. That's the second phase. The first one is opening, then you explore, then you reflect and clarify. You know, when you explore with the clients, you go deeper into the issues. And when you go deeper, the clients now become reflective in the third phase, or the counselor asks for clarification. This is where you do the paraphrasing and the summarizing a lot. So opening, that is when you start the journey of counseling. Then exploration, you go deeper. Then third, you reflect. And then after you do reflections of feelings, then you focus and challenge. So the counselor now here encourages the client. You guide the dialogue. As a counselor, you guide the dialogue. You are challenging them. You are making them focus. Now that we have been here, what have you been able to pick? On a ratio of 1 to 10, how would you place yourself now as compared to the way you were? So you are focusing them, yes, so that they get the insight. And you confront them. From what I have been able to pick, if I picked it correctly, it's like I had, you have been passing through a lot of challenges. At the same time, it appears much has not been done to confront some of these issues. Could you share what are some of these issues that you have not been able to confront? And maybe what has hindered you from confronting them? Very, very important. Challenge the clients. Then you close, finally you close. So those are the 5 communication flow in counseling. Number 1, open the session. 2, explore the session. 3, reflect. That is, you summarize and paraphrase and pick the feelings. 4, you focus and challenge them. And finally, you integrate. It's like you are closing now. You are closing the session, and there is collaborative goal setting between you and the client. Now you are asking them, now that we have come to the end of the session and we are almost closing, maybe what are some of the goals that you have been able to achieve? Then they say. Then the counselor says, I hope maybe some of these things I'm going to mention, you can clarify whether you have been able to pick some or you still need more time to pick them, so that they get your goals and so forth. Yes. Are we okay there? Yes, thank you. I don't know where we are. I wanted to, because, okay, we are not very far. Kuna kitu nataka kumention hapa. mention what did I mention? I mentioned the mode, I mentioned the channels, I mentioned the barriers, how we can overcome the barriers. I have now come to what else? I was now in a communication flow, and I'll finish up by elements of communication. So communication has elements, and you'll be very surprised they are just like what we mentioned the first time, but they are categorized broadly and then they have the subtopic. So elements of communication, one is active listening and attending. That is an element of communication. Active listening and attending. You are going to see below there, I have given, when you do active listening and attending, you fully attend your client, you paraphrase, and you summarize. The other element is non-verbal communication, and I have put for you there body language, eye contact, and facial expressions, non-verbal. Then number 3, I have given empathy and validation. That is, when you do empathy and validation, you do what we call emotional attunement. That is understanding the feeling of the client. That is empathy. Then validation is acknowledging their feelings. I can imagine what you are going through. It must have been very devastating. That is validation. Empathy, you feel as if. So in validation, you acknowledge that the client's feelings and life experiences are real. It must have been very devastating and painful. What happened to you is not easy. It's not easy. And maybe you can share briefly what happened and how you have been able to cope. You have acknowledged that things are not easy. Somebody cannot come to you for therapy with trauma. They tell you, I'm not sleeping at night, I'm struggling and screaming. Then you tell, it's okay to feel so. You are doing nothing there. Validate the feelings. It must be very disturbing when these things recur, you re-experience the trauma and you cannot sleep. It must be very devastating. When you feel unsettled at night, what exactly do you do? So that now when you hear what they do, you can be able now to reconstruct. We normally talk of counseling, deconstructing. You are deconstructing. You know, these people have constructed. You deconstruct and de-escalate. Unajua kuna kitu tunaita escalation. Escalation ni ya kitu, it happened, it keeps on moving up. So when you are dealing with trauma, you de-escalate. And you de-escalate using words that are going to make this client feel, despite the fact that they are ashamed and guilty, and they feel bad. They have toxic guilt and toxic shame. They can still confront it. Yes, very, very important. Deconstruct it by acknowledging that it must be very devastating. Give a self-disclosure and say, there was a time when I was young, or maybe recently, I experienced a traumatic experience, and it was not easy for me to deal with. I had insomnia. I had temper tantrums. I had neurotic fear. And it took me some time to address this. The client will feel good because you have acknowledged. To acknowledge is to say that this thing is, it is real. But when you put yourself, you imagine yourself in their situation. I can imagine what you are going through. Tell me more. Some of these things sometimes can be very difficult to process. What happened? Like that. That is empathy and validation. So that when you are told differentiate between emotional, whatever, attunement or empathy and validation, you can be able to do that. Because I hear people saying, I validated the client. What did you validate? And then when they don't explain, validation is very key in counseling, acknowledging their suffering. Okay, that is that. I'm done. I'm done with the elements. Active listening, I've said, and attending. 2, non-verbal. 3. Verbal. 4. Empathy and validation. Yes, I'm done. And then, finally, I want you to give me examples of written communications in counseling. Examples of written communications in counseling. Which are they? I am just remembering, my God. When I see this, I remember. When we talk of written communications, those people who are going physically to the offices, please pick their case notebook. It's called a blue book, where you log in the client sessions. You can tell them to explain to you a bit or call me. So written communication in counseling includes 1, case notes. Case notes could be progress notes. Like that, you have a list of clients. So you have the outline there, and you each have a page. So you write their cases. Another written document or communication is treatment plans. When I said you the consent form, we shall go together. You are going to see the treatment plans. You are also going to see the informed consent. Those are written communications. There is also therapeutic letters. They are written by certified counselors. When you see a client, you write a letter. So those are written communications in counseling. You can also have emails and texts. You can text your clients. It is okay. You can also do referral letters to your clients. That is an example of written communication. Let me come again. You can have case notes. Case notes, they are progress notes to track how your client is moving on. Maybe you have session 1, you write the notes. You go to session 2, session 3, session 4. So then you bring back the sessions and summarize and see what progress are they making. Then another one is treatment plan. Yes, it is a written agreement with objective and goals, informed consent, therapeutic letters from a counselor to a client you have counseled. Like Elizabeth is going to give a fantastic letter. He is a student. Once I'm through the 3rd session, I'll make a write-up of a letter so that they can take to the school. Then we have the text messages and referral letters. Yes. I think so far so good. Any question up to there? Any query? Any question? I'm looking for that consent form. Any query as far as what I've said? We are now going to practical. 2nd session immediately. Let me just say for you, individual. Nione kama ni hii. Yes, acha nimtumie hii kwanza. Individual intake form. Saa hii tu. nimemtumia hapo kwa group. It is called treatment plan for individual clients. Let me check another one I've seen here to see whether they are the same. You can be looking at it. I've sent you one. Then she has sent me. Let me see whether they are the same. I want you to look at it, whether they are the same. There is that is the treatment plan, and there is the individual. Me just also said that one. Look at them, please. I want you to look at the first one there. Treatment plan for individual. Si mnaiona hapo, hii ya kwanza nimetuma. Mnaiona? Here treatment plan. But I would want you to look at the second one is a bit better. The first one, the one I sent first is the best. Hiyo iko hapo. Imeanza na treatment plan hapo, counseling services. Then we go to, what is happening? There should be many pages. Why is it bringing that way? Treatment plan for individual clients. Marian iko na pages gapi? Zote ya kwanza iko na pages gapi?
Teacher, umetuma WhatsApp, wacha niangalie.
Hiyo ya kwanza ndio mzuri.
Ya kwanza iko na pages 2 mwalimu.
Hapana, kuna ingine iko na mingi. Kuna ingine iko na mingi. Umeiona hiyo iko na mingi? Kunayo iko complete. There are 2. Nimefungua moja iko na nyingi.
Tuone kama ni hii ya kwanza.
Angalia kama ni hiyo.
Basi sio ya kwanza mwalimu, ni hiyo ya pili. Hiyo iko kwa PDF.
Hiyo hii imeandikwa individual intake form merged PDF. Angalia hiyo.
Yeah, hiyo merged PDF iko na 8 pages.
Yeah, very good. That is the one you require. I want you to look at the first page. The first page ni nini hiyo? Individual therapy consent form. Umeiona hapo Individual, yes, therapy consent form. Unaona hiyo?
Yes.
Then you have the client intake form. Unaiona sasa? Those are the types of forms. There is the individual therapy consent form. Iko hapo. There is a client intake form. Unaiona hapo? Then there is section B. You tick the behaviors. I hope we are there. Then you move down, you see the treatment plan. Mumeona treatment plan hapo? Eda chini. And then chini muniambie what you can see. Can you see that one, the treatment form there?
Yes, mwalimu, we can see.
You can, yeah. Then from there, after the treatment form, we go to the, yes, we go. You go
to the access to other services referral form.
Very good, yes. And then you go
termination.
To the termination. Very good. That's how Nini, the individual consent form look like. It has all those elements. And I want you go down to, which one do I need? Can you go to the treatment plan? Eda chini kwa treatment plan tafadhali. Tuko hapo?
Tuko hapo mwalimu.
Kwa treatment plan imekwambia initial goals. Naona thematic areas. Then you go to the personal symptoms. Then you go to the diagnosis. Then you go to the referral. What I want to say, when you start dealing with the client, when they come for therapy, they are the initial goals, maybe what they want in therapy. Then personal symptoms is what you see in the client. Are they sad? Are they uneasy? Are they anxious? You pick. Then from there, when you pick those signs, what do you diagnose? Maybe if a person seems that they have a lot of fear, then you diagnose anxiety. When you find somebody has a sort of, they feel, they look like and they're unstable, they feel low, they look like they feel low, then you can say you diagnose low self-esteem. So that's how you treat a client under normal circumstances. So you get the initial goals. What is this client saying? You pick the symptoms from them directly. How are they looking on the face? Do they look uneasy? Do they look stable? And so forth. Do they look confused? Then you come from the personal symptoms, you pick from personal symptoms the diagnosis. That's why we are calling it a treatment plan. Yes, that is how it goes. And then finally access to other services, this it has. And finally we have termination. Goals achieved, issues that are pending resolution, and so forth. So for me, when you be doing your counseling, just to help you, just ask your client to fill the consent form, and then because you don't have a lot of time, then you can just tell there is a consent form here. I don't know whether you'll be able to fill it yourself, or I can help you to fill it, because it is needed as a consent that Mary Ann that Joan has agreed to be cancelled by Mary Ann. Are you okay with that? Then they tell you yes. Then you give them the consent form. And in our case, do it as a mock one because they are not there. And you assume they are filling, you give them a minute. Okay, thank you for filling the form. Now, and by the time they are filling the form, just contract well. Explain what counseling is, welcome them. After they fill the form now, you come now to the presenting issue, then you address them, then you intervene, and then you finish up the therapy. Are you ready to try after break? Yes. Are we ready to try after this break? I'm just asking because we need it. Some people who are courageous enough can start so that other people can also see what we are doing and then get encouraged. Please. But not now. We have to get relaxed for a few minutes. Then before you go for that break, I want to send you this excerpt so that you can also look at it. Let me see where it is. When you come, we shall also try to look at it briefly together so that you don't get confused. We take 5 minutes and then explain a bit so that we go on with our work. I'm wondering, what is this now? It is the excerpt I'm looking for, and I'm wondering. The counselor decides to provide basic counseling service. Now, what is this? Rosetta, I've seen your number. I'll forward what I promised. Let me try to look at that excerpt. I'm trying to see where did I keep it. What is this now? Go for a break. I want to look at it before time goes very much. Let's give ourselves 20 minutes, 8:35, please. Let me work on this excerpt. Go for a break so that I don't keep you for long. I look for that excerpt. That one for her is flat. Right. Mara good.
Teacher mute.
Oh.
maybe a video. A video. Okay.
And I would wish first of all you introduce yourself so that I can know you, and thank you for coming.
Okay, so my name is Rosette Onyango. My name is Rosette Onyango.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more about you.
Okay, so my name is Rosette Onyango. I'm a university student, and I have some issues going on. That's why I'm here.
Okay, thank you. My name is Timothy Kemaro. I'm a counselor. I did my PhD last year, and have a family have a wife and a family of two sons who are also grown up. And I wish to welcome you for this session. But before we start, I would wish to give you a consent form. We have a form that you need to fill, and I may ask you whether you can fill or can I fill it for you. But I wish that you can fill it for you. And here there is the consent form. You can look at it, and you can start filling it. Okay, are you comfortable with that?
Yes, I'd prefer filling it myself.
Okay, can you fill the form?
Yes.
Yes, you can fill. So I can see now you have filled the form. You can look at it just for the consent. And then now I think you have read and understood the contents of the form. And I think now before we start the session, I wish that you can sign, and also I can sign, just to agree that we are going to whatever we are going to do will be confidential, and will be confidential, totally confidential. And as we continue, I wanted just to know that have you presented your issues. Whatever you discuss here will be for this room, and not unless you allow me, you give me a consent of disclosing of any of the mentioned issues that you may come on. So, but that is the nature of the counseling. Counseling is personal. It's personal, and the counseling is not like I give you an advice. It's a process, and I know by the end of the day, today at least you'll be somewhere. So, karibu, and thank you very much. But I have seen the form, and I've seen there are a number of issues that I've mentioned. And I could see that from the school that you have come from, the university, I can see why you are here. You have told me why you are here. And now I want us to look at those issues. And one of the issues that I want us to look at is that what happened that now I can see that you have been a very good girl, very good student. And I can see, as you have told me, that is like you have a problem. I have a problem, and I can see that you have withdrawn completely from class, and I can see that. Can you tell me more about this so that I can also be able to understand where you are coming from?
Okay, so the issue is there are some issues that are going on at home, and somehow I feel there's this fear. I'm just scared how my future will be because my parents have separated 6 months ago. So I'm a bit scared because I don't know how, because of the financial strain, if they separate, will they be able to still pay for my university for me to finish, and how I'm just scared, just being uncertain. I don't know what is going to happen. I'm just scared in general. So I find myself in this place where I'm just scared of everything. I think it's just more of uncertainty, and I just don't know how I feel. And my parents separating also, I don't know how. I just feel it's taking a toll on me, and I just don't know. I'm just not myself.
Sorry, thank you. I have heard you saying that your dad and your mom separated, and that is what has been affecting your studies. Am I right?
Yes.
When did they separate?
6 months ago.
All right, 6 months ago. Who was paying the school fees?
My dad.
And is it
And now
what
that
after separation?
now
What
that they've
happened after
separated, I'm
separation?
living. Now that they've separated, I'm living with my mom. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's just their business. I don't know.
Wow. And I now can
Yeah.
see. I can see. I can see now. And I can feel it for you. And I'm sorry for this. But we will look at it and see how we can help you. And I want to tell you that I have just told you that that counseling. You first of all you have to appreciate that it is you who has come. And after the session, I want you to come out of this room being a bit comfortable. Now that you're a parent, and how do you now after separation? Because I have heard you talking about the school fees is no longer being paid after separation, but before separation, they used to pay for your school fees more. But now they no longer pay the school fees for you. What about food?
I think at the moment, what worries me the most is when it comes to school fees, because now when they separated, we as the kids, we are living with my mom, and I'm a typical daddy's girl. So somehow that separation is taking a toll on me, and when it comes to the school fees and provision, I'm just scared because I don't think my mom is in a position to pay for my school fees, and since they separated, we've not seen my dad, so I'm not so sure. It's that uncertainty. I'm not so sure if my dad will still be paying, and I wouldn't want to stress my mom also asking her so much about it because I know she's going through her own issues too, because I think she's also going through her own depression there. So I'm just there. I'm there, and I think I'm just there.
Oh yes, I feel for you. I have also understand that have talked about your mom is like she's depressed. Have you said that?
Yeah. She seems depressed too. She seems depressed, and then in generally, I think I've just lost interest on everything. As in, I'm not even. I loved school. I love school. Okay, but then the interest has just gone down, and I've just lost interest with everything that used to excite me. So I feel as though she's going through such. She's also in her own bubble also. I think she's also going through depression or something. I
Thank
don't know,
you.
but yes.
Thank you for that. What does your dad do
My dad is
for the baby?
he's an accountant.
He's an accountant?
Yes.
Where?
In okay, which company do I guess? Okay, in KCB.
Oh, KCB. Ah, great. That is
In the
good.
bank, yes.
KCB, I think
Yes.
KCB, they are paid
Yes.
well. Do you have other siblings?
Yes,
Do
I
you have
do. I
siblings?
have two brothers. Yes, I have two brothers.
How are they? Have they been affected by your daddy's separation?
Sincerely speaking, I don't know. I'm in that place where I don't even care. I think I'm selfish somehow. I'm just focused on me. But I think everyone is definitely affected because our house is no longer our regular house again. So
Okay.
we were all definitely affected.
Okay. Thank you for that. What does your mom do?
My mom she does how do you call it? She's a hawker.
A hawker? What
Yes,
kind
in
of
town.
hawking? What kind of hawking?
She sells socks.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Oh, it seems like okay, fine. Now, what do you want me to help you? How do you want me to help you in this kind of situation? How do you want me to help you? Now that you want, what is this that you want me to help you? So that now we can
I
look
think
at it.
I don't
Yes.
know. I personally I don't think I know what I truly want, but I think I'm in the place where I don't know. I would have really wanted to complete school, but I feel I'm not also in a very good place mentally. Psychological, I'm not in a very good place to continue school also. And with that uncertainty, I'm not so sure if my mom will be able to pay for the school fees because I feel it will be overwhelming her also. So I'm in that place. I don't know. I actually don't know what I truly want.
I can see something from you that you when you are talking, you are bracing your hands, your hand on your heart. I don't know. I've seen several when you are talking. Could that be a problem or what is it?
In my heart?
Yes, I can see you are pressing your hands on your heart.
I didn't
Do you
realize. Maybe
have any other problem apart from withdraw? I can see I have seen you have put your hand on your heart.
not that I know of, but I don't know. But maybe it was just a coincidence. I don't know, but I don't have any other issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I understand you, and I think now that you are here, I think now we can look at how we can help you, and I can help you and get back to school and get back to yourself and so that you can continue with your studies and more, not even more than that. I want you to come back to your senses, to be whom you are when you joined the college. And I think if you can allow me, I can also talk to your dad. Are you okay if I talk to your dad?
Yeah, I would really love to.
How do you want me to do it? Can you come with your dad? Or you're both
The
of
issue is
them? Or you want to come with your dad or your mom?
no, the issue is I cannot reach him because the last time I asked mom if I can speak to my dad, she dropped she didn't want to listen. So I don't have his number. I don't know how to reach her. I don't know how to reach him. So unless someone contacts my mom, then ask for my dad's. But I would really love someone to speak to my dad or even allow me to speak to him.
Then, I hear. Now that you don't have any contact, you cannot be able to contact your dad. That one, I think. Now, can I talk to your mom? Can you give me your mom's number so that I can talk to her so that we can agree?
Yes.
So that we can agree whether she
Yes.
can allow me to talk to your dad. And what
Yes.
is the number? What is the number?
The number is 0733 254 967.
Oh, thank you. Let me talk to your mom. Thank you. Now, I've talked to your mom, and your mom she's also concerned that you have withdrawn, of late you have withdrawn, and we have talked, and she has told me the same things that you have told me, about the separation. She has talked about it. She has told me that you have been affected by the separation, but I have called your dad, and your dad is ready to talk to you, and I have the number for your dad, and your dad is willing also to pay for your school fees. And any other upkeep, we have already talked, and he is also very sorry about it. And what he has told me that is that he has not been aware of what is happening because he did not have your contact. But he is aware that you went to university, the college, but he was not aware that you withdrawn from you are no longer going to attending your lessons, your classes, or rather your lessons. So I think now that you have talked to your dad, mine is to make sure that that your dad pays the school fees. And then I would ask you, when you go back to school, kindly put all the effort that you have. You continue your studies. And now that we have the main goal here is to make sure that you are back to school, and the dad has agreed to do that. Are you okay with that? Are you okay with that?
Yes, yes, I'm okay with that. Did he request to speak to me or anything?
Yes, he told me that he will speak to you. I shared your number with him, and he told me that he will call you just to find more about you. And he agreed that you go back to, he'll pay for you. Then I think now, after that, has he called you?
No, he hasn't.
Hajakupigia simu? Hajakupigia simu?
Hajapiga.
Oh, right, all right. Now that you are here, you are back again. Can I do that? Can I call him so that you can have the conversation together? And I can do the merging of the calls. I can call him, and then we can talk and agree.
Yeah.
And then if there is any problem, now you can listen to your dad. You can talk to your dad. Can I call him?
Yes, you can.
You can? Okay, when we call
Or
him.
is it possible you can just ask for his number? You give me his number.
Oh yes, the number. I have the number. So I have the number, but we can agree that I have the number, but we can agree that you can talk to him after this session, and then because he is very much willing to help you. He's very much willing to help you. Now that you have talked, has he paid the school fees? Has he paid the school fees?
I don't know yet, unless I check with the school. I haven't been informed.
Anything? You have not been informed?
No.
Oh yes. Okay. Oh, yeah. Then I'll still find out. But now that we have another session to, we have to continue with the session, and and now our goal is to make sure that you are back to school. And I will make sure that you are back to school because your dad is willing to pay for you. And in fact, when you were talking with your dad, I did not tell you. He is also ready for reconciliation. I want to reconcile with your mom, and I think that will be the reconciliation. So he talked about reconciliation with the family, and I hope you welcome your dad for that. Is that okay with you?
Okay. Yes, that's very okay.
Yes, he was also happy to having your contact, and that he said that he's going to reconcile, and you'll be back as a family, and that is to me that's a plus. So I think we can thank God for that. Now that we have gone, you have come for the session. And because of time, I think having gone through the first session, we can. Do you have anything to say before I terminate?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. And looking forward to see you, and looking forward to see you. And my wish is to see you being happier than the way you are.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you. Thank
God.
you.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. See you again. See you again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you guys for observing time.
And even a very therapeutic relationship there. Kemaru, which theory did you use?
Cognitive.
Yes.
The CBT.
Mhm.
And I was also trying to bring the other one that's person-centered.
Yes.
Yes.
I could hear something like that. Thank you.
Teacher, there was no psychoeducation.
Psychoeducation, it could have been through the father when he contacted the father to assist. Although we did not see it visible, it is true. What you are saying is true. We didn't see it kabisa. Anyway. No
Okay,
worries.
Mwalimu, I just
But
want
I've
to
tried.
point out. Yes, you've tried, Timothy. I just want to point out something. You know, okay, I don't know if the same applies in counseling, but then in customer service, you usually there's some words we're not allowed to use. Let's say, you see the way I explained my problem, and then he told me, I'm so sorry about that. Okay, in the process of validation, when you're validating, you're not supposed to use sorry.
Yes. You
I don't know if you acknowledge it and you
Yes.
validate it, but don't use sorry. As in,
Yes.
I can imagine how you feel, but I'm not telling you sorry.
Yes, sorry.
You understand? Because you're not being empathetic, you're being, what is it? Empathy and sympathy. Yeah, we're not supposed to be sympathetic. We're supposed to, yes, we're supposed to use empathy. Does that same apply in counseling?
Yes.
We're not supposed to be sympathetic.
Yeah, we are correcting one another. Yes, that one is correct. I agree with you.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure that it's the same. Okay.
Yeah, we also need clients even to say how they felt about the therapeutic process. And that is one thing you felt when you are told sorry, because you felt it was not supposed to be sorry, it was supposed to be something else. Thank you. Thank you, Rosette.
Teacher, there is something also I noticed. I noticed that the counselor at one point was not attentive because he asked Yvette, they separated how many months ago? I think he asked such a question, and Yvette had already said that my father and my mother separated 6 months ago.
Yeah, active listening.
Active listening.
Yes. Kamaru, can you hear the comments? Active listening has to be there.
Positively, I am acknowledging.
Feedback.
Yes.
It is called feedback.
Feedback. Good.
Feedback. Yes. And then in the process of therapy, Kimaru, I think you shouldn't involve the father there. You just say after this.
Exactly. I wanted to ask that.
Yes. Maybe you do it at the end of the session together. But you first help this client who is suffering and pick the feelings. Mostly pick the feelings of the client. Whatever is happening, for how long has it been happening and how does it make you feel? Pick the feelings from the clients, and then maybe you can promise to talk to the father later after you have been able to deal with your client. It was a good trial. Thank you. Let us have another counselor. Marianne, they have kept time, eh?
Appreciate as you guys, Bana.
Thank you. I really did appreciation the first thing, by the way. I'm the first one who started.
No, it's my colleagues.
Yeah, let them appreciate.
Your colleagues are clapping. Don't you see they're clapping for you?
Yeah. Yes, they are doing
for us.
They are clapping, yes.
You are my client.
No, but you're your client.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, you did not pay.
Yes.
Anyway, you did not pay. Ukuyu na pesa, you did not pay me.
Yeah, you didn't pay the counselor.
Unatuma invoice.
Tuma invoice.
Aya, sawa.
We can hear the second person. The second person, very fast. It appears like we are going to do two only. Maybe next time we tutajaribu sana. The counselor, please.
Leah has raised her hand, Mwalimu.
Oh, Leah, there. I'm sorry. Leah, you'll be what?
I want to be the client.
Thank you. That's the starting
The
point.
client.
It's in order.
Okay. Where is Dixon?
I'm here just listening.
Let's continue.
Okay.
I'm the client.
Yeah.
Should we put the video, Malim?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Dixon, twende kazi.
So.
Let me mute so that I don't interrupt.
Leah select counselor wake already.
I'm in trouble. Okay. We'll just begin.
Okay.
So, my name is Dixon Soire. I'm very happy that you've taken this step today. Today, for your therapy session, I'm very encouraged by your courage and your initiative to solve your problems. So today, I just want you to understand a few things. Here is the consent form, and you can go through it and fill everything that you need to.
Where is Leah? Leah, can we see you, please? Soida is okay. Leah, let us see you, please.
Mwalimu, that is Leah. We can see Leah.
Niko mwalimu. Nisija nikaribisha.
Oh, okay.
Yuko kwa video.
Gonga mlango.
Oh, nilikuwa na skip through so that to save time. So, sorry.
And by the way, it's a keeper.
It's Marianne.
Okay, so we can start.
Okay.
Marianne, uko macho ama umelala wewe?
Okay. Yes, come in. Karibu sana. Please have a seat of your choice.
Okay, this one is okay for me.
I'm very happy with your choice. I'm very happy also to have you here today. I want to encourage you and tell you that you're taking a very big step in rectifying all the problems in your life. As initially you had mentioned, that I already know some of the problems that you're going through. So for the consent form, I'm just going to present you with the consent form. You're just going to fill in a few details so that you also understand the counseling process. Any questions that you'll have, feel free to ask me. So here is the consent form.
You want me to fill the whole of that form? You want to read?
Yes, please. I would like to encourage you because this work is supposed to help resolve your issues. Every step that we take is going to help you resolve your issues, and it will depend on your honesty and willingness to do the things that I tell you to do, so that we can work together, however painful and difficult these things may be. So also understand that this session is strictly confidential. It is only supposed to be for you and me. It will not be released to anyone without your consent unless we are violating any codes of abuse or harm to yourself or others.
Okay. Mm, mm. Okay. Uh, Mr. Dixon,
Yes, Leah?
the fee is too much.
Yes, the fee.
Yes.
Okay, so we can work with you because these sessions are meant to help you, and I'm supposed to help you go through what you want to achieve. So we can talk. It is a matter of talking. It's a matter of negotiation. So I'll meet you at your needs. Is that
Okay,
okay with
thank you. That's okay with me. But what about the sessions?
There will be as many sessions as possible as you want. And also, if you will need me to refer you to someone, that will also be okay. The process is meant to help you and guide you through solving your problem.
Why ask me about my age? Why do you want to know my age?
So that I can easily assess the problems that you're going through, so that I can actually explore your life and put myself in your shoes whenever we are going through exploring your issues.
And why are you so much interested with why do you want me to feel about the family history?
Yes, that will be very important when we come to trying to diagnose your presenting issues. When we are trying to diagnose the symptoms that you have, like loss of sleep, or maybe the problems that you're going through right now, maybe you faced them when you were young, so maybe they're presenting right now.
Mm-hmm. No. What do you mean by any medical condition?
Yes, as you know, therapy, as we go along, maybe we might have some medical interventions if need be. But if they arise, and if you have any medical conditions, any underlying medical conditions that I should be aware of, so that at least I can assist you whenever you face a problem during the counseling.
Like for example, right now I have a toothache. Is that a medical condition?
Yes, it is a medical condition, but for our purposes, you can just add it there. It might come in handy, because maybe medication, if you are ever going to have some medication, but that is going to be in the future. So the main thing for today is for you to we just explore and know your problems and just talk about your problems. But those ones will explore later. So you don't
And
need to
what
worry.
about I take some pills. I take some pills, so I should write it down in the self-medication.
Yes, if it is self-medicated, if you're taking any pain medication that is self-medicated.
It's for sleeping.
Sleeping pills, are they medicated by a doctor?
Yes. No.
You take them over the counter?
Yes.
Yes, it's important to add them there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. And in section B, there is this issue of overeating, especially when I'm stressed, because now I don't take alcohol. I find myself overeating. Yes.
Can you tell me more about this?
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't go even to bash with my peer. Yes. So, the closest friend is food. Yes.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you are using food as a coping mechanism, and your friend circle is getting getting smaller. Do you feel isolated and alone?
Yes.
Okay, and when did this problem start?
You are familiar with my case.
Yes.
You can fill the gap for yourself.
Okay. So 6 months ago, your parents separated, and is this the time that now you started using food as a started overeating?
Yes.
Okay. How did this make you feel?
I feel very, very devastated. I was not expecting this to happen, though I could see the sign. I never thought that it can reach to that point.
That must have been very devastating. I can only understand what you're going through. And kindly, if you don't mind, were these your family, were these problems when you were growing up? Did any issues in your family arise?
Should I tell you or not?
Please go on.
Like 3 years ago, my dad bought a car, and the life changed. And Mama was not happy because Dad was not coming home every day. That's when I started expressing pain in my heart because sometimes no school fees. It is like my dad was hanging out with other people outside, making our family to suffer. And then it deteriorated for the last 3 years, but now the last 6 months, they separated.
I can see how that made you feel. During all these processes, did you communicate to your parents, and is there anything that they let you know?
Yes, so there's one day Mom did not come home. I opened for my dad. And then he really fought me that night, and I never told my mom.
Hmm.
Yes.
Oh, that's not right. Uh, so how did you handle that after that happened?
As you can see, I just keep quiet.
And so how would you want us to go through it? What are the issues that are really important to you that you want us to really tackle today and solve?
You read the last ones.
Yes, please come again.
You already have it, and you can see the date and now where I'm heading.
Yes, so most of the time you spend alone in your room, you cry very often, you have difficulty sleeping, you've lost interest in activities you previously enjoyed, so you are having some financial difficulties and emotional distress. You've been withdrawn and you are missing classes and performing poorly in assignments. So, of these issues, which one do you feel we can most comfortably tackle?
All of the above.
All of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
Mhm.
you can see what I'm thinking of.
Mhm.
Time
Yes,
is
this is
almost
bad.
over. Time.
Okay. So
2 minutes to go.
2 minutes. Okay. So what we are going to set out to do today is solve the issues of that isolation. You need to know that you are very important and your issues are very, very important and they need to be solved. I also want to tell you that you are the wewe ndio nahodha wa maisha yako. You are the captain of your ship and you have all the power to overcome all these problems. Now, for instance, you should know that you are a child of God and God has very great plans for you. So even if you're going through a tough time right now, in future, if you believe in a supernatural being, in future, all your life problems will go away and you'll be very, very happy. So whatever you're going through right now, I believe you can tackle them. What do you think, Mary?
I'm also tired of praying.
Do you believe your life has a purpose?
Yes, I do, but I'm hopeless.
Yes. So you're going through a rough patch right now. And I believe that with God's help, through prayer, He listens to you and He always has your best interest at heart, just like I do right now. And we have to focus on making you feel better, making you feel better about yourself. You should start appreciating yourself. You should start looking at your gifts and maybe in the
Time
next sessions.
time is over.
Okay.
Guys,
Does your
summarize. No worries. Summarize, please.
so I can skip to termination and closing. So through the sessions, I'm very happy that you've been very, very honest, very open, and very, and you've listened to me, and I'm very appreciative that you took this step. So throughout the sessions, how, what can you say about the sessions, and what can you say you've learned through these sessions, and what are the strategies that you're going to use moving forward?
Well, today, thank you so much for your time and for listening to me. And this is just one step. To be honest, I'll not tell you any other thing, but wait for the next session.
Thank you so much for your cooperation and for your time. I hope to see you in the next sessions, and I hope that we'll make progress. Thank you.
We can appreciate them. It's a milestone, like Dixon has said. Thank you so much. Yes, the session was good, but
Molly, excuse me.
Yes.
My sons are just laughing at me.
Who is laughing at you?
My son.
I like that. Why? Why are they laughing at you?
I don't know.
I like this. How old are they?
Ni Gen Zs.
Wacha wakuchekere. In fact, the session was good, only that the introduction part you took too long.
Yes,
you
teacher.
too long.
The underlying issues. The consent form became part of the underlying issues.
Yes. It took too long. Otherwise, the session was very nice. Only that you took a lot of time at the beginning. Just shorten it so that you can provide the counseling services, because you did well. But then most of the parts were not attended to well because of that part. That's why we are doing this, so that people can learn. Let us not take a lot of time in the presenting issues. No, sorry, at the beginning. Let them fill the form very fast.
Teacher.
Yes.
Joan is lifting her hand.
Yes, John.
Yes,
Joan.
I have feedback. I have feedback for Soire. I noticed it even yesterday. I find him to be very empathetic. When he talks, he's very encouraging. Like you can sense it even if you're not, even if you are role playing, there's something very unique. The way personally I feel encouraged. The way he talks, the way he is very empathetic, to keep it short.
Thank you. And he is also very organized. I could see that and he is articulating his points. Yeah, he is good. Even I also feeling like I'm in a therapy room, by the way. I was like in a therapy room, sincerely speaking, because I wanted to hear. We are also cancelled when we are just seated here. Counseling is taking place. Thank you, Soire. Now, yes.
Teacher, if I could ask.
Kidogo, I have something to say. Kidogo tu.
Okay.
So, there is something I noticed during the sessions, and I would really want to know if it's okay. So Soire told the client that was bad. So are we supposed to say that? I need to know. I might make the same mistake one day. That was really bad. I noted he said that. So I don't know.
No, you are not supposed to tell the client that is so bad. Just try to explore why they said that. I heard you talk about this. What does this mean according to you? Don't tell them it is bad. I also heard, so it's only that I had forgotten. Yes, you shouldn't tell the client that. You shouldn't.
Last one.
Yes.
Last one now.
Yes.
So I also realized that Soire was going in circles, round. Yes. So at one point, the client even told him that you have my issues.
I heard that. Sure.
So I don't know. I think that's a point. Okay, I know we are learning, but at least I've learned something. Yeah, but I noticed those are some of the main things that I noticed. But I like his voice. I like the aspect, the way. I don't know whether maybe on the consent form, do you have something like to do with the religion?
Yes, it is there in the data.
So the fact that you brought the concept of God and stuff, I really liked that. It was really encouraging. So keep it up, Soire. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Catherine, then Timothy. Thank you, Marianne, for the comments.
I just wanted to ask, like the way we said he spent much time on the that consent form, that introduction part.
Yes.
How do you cut it short if you meet an exact client like how Leah was? Because we could find such a client.
You help them fill the form, or you fill the most important details, then later on you can fill the rest with them. If you find that it is taking too long, clients are never the same. Some can be very slow. You might even spend 30 minutes there. So if you find it is taking too long, you can always request them up to this far. I think we can be able to continue. The other bit we can fill after we are through in the session. And that's, yes. So that they don't take the entire time there. You have only 1 hour. In fact, they'll get out of that therapy and saying the therapist never did anything. And you did a lot with that form. So make sure you use your own discretion. When you find that they are taking too long, like 15 minutes or so, no, don't allow. A form should minimum take 10 minutes at least. 10 minutes. Help them even to read through.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Yeah, thank you, Catherine, for that. Timothy?
Yes, Marim, thank you, Soile. You can be a good pastor. The voice is recommended for a pastor. I could see him asking pastoral questions, although we have biblical counseling. Pastoral questions is a very important.
It is pastoral counseling.
Pastoral counseling, it is, I liked it. But again, also when it comes to filling the form, now that we are doing it, because now for the sake of practice, the real, when it comes down to the filling of the form, actually it takes more than the time that you are saying, because it has a lot of issues. I went through the process. It is very good. And where I did not understand, I had to ask my counselor, what do you mean by this? So that it can be also explained to me, so that when I'm taking, I take exactly knowing what I'm taking for. The other thing is that maybe when Soira was starting, he mentioned about referral. And maybe for me, when you have a client and you start talking about referral, maybe the client may lose a lot of confidence with you, to see that maybe maybe this client is not confident that you handle my issues. So I think we may refrain from talking about referral. Referral will come as in you assess and do all those things. It comes from the counselor himself, but he talked about referral. So that is, I don't think whether Mwalimu can advise us on that. Thank you.
Yeah. Don't talk about the referral very early. It's like then we say we don't talk about self-disclosure very early. I agree with you, Tkemaru. Don't talk about referral very early, because these clients might lose confidence in us. That's powerful. It's true. Some of these things, it's too early. Don't talk about them. We are learning. Millicent.
Thank you, teacher. Soile, you've done such a good work. Mwalimu, I have a question. When he was beginning, are we supposed to tell the client that I'm going to listen to you? Like he said, I put myself in your shoe. Are we supposed to use such a word when you're doing?
No. I can imagine what you are going through.
Okay.
And at the same time, Millicent, thank you. Before we come to Imani, there is something that Soire said. I almost laughed, but I closed my mouth. The client told you that you need to help her with all the issues. Now, as a counselor, stand firm and tell the client it is not possible to deal with these issues today because there are very many. of the many issues that you have just identified, which ones would you want us to start with? Because that client said all of them. It is not possible. So either next time, prioritize. We call it, there is a skill called prioritizing in counseling. So they prioritize on what they want first to be done, that which is urgent, because you cannot do everything. Thank you. Karare, Imani?
So, teacher, I wanted to ask this question.
Mhm.
Is it okay for the counselor to have a notepad or somewhere to write down some of these issues? Because I heard Marianne say that Soire was going round in circles. And I tend to think there was so much to address, such that some of these points, maybe he had not noted them down. Is it okay for a counselor to have a notepad or somewhere to write on what the client is speaking about? Maybe some of the issues to address. Yeah.
To some extent, yes. To some extent, no. If the clients allow you, you know, in therapy, we are not allowed even to write or to carry a book. But because the client is there, go back to the client. Just mention the ones you can remember yourself. Let them tell you the others. Instead of having a notebook, because it might bring other implications, other psychological implications, just mention what you can remember. Let me give an example. Today, when I was counseling this boy, in fact, he gave me like 4 points. What I could remember, because I had to be proactive, I remembered 2. Then I requested him. Yeah, we have said all you have just talked about 4 things, and I want to mention a few which I was able to pick. Maybe you can add the others. I mentioned 2. In fact, he quickly mentioned the other 2. So that they don't see as if we are doing something fishy. That's why we have a word called clarification. Clarification, because sometimes even a client can tell, I didn't say that, which is quite okay. So pick what you can, ask them to clarify what you didn't pick. That's the best. Because if you start writing, they might get another approach. But if you can request them and they agree, I think it's okay. It's all about consent. There are some clients who can agree. I had one, and he used to come with a notebook. Then I also came, because I normally have a notebook, I also came with mine, and I could write. Yes.
Teacher is still on the same. What if you have a client who feels like, okay, like in the situation you said, you mentioned 2. What if you have a client who will tell you, you're not listening keenly to me?
No,
like a stubborn client who will feel like they're not being heard well.
I will not put it like I have forgotten per se. I will just ask like it is a clarification. Maybe you can clarify. You have given me 4 points. If you don't mind, I'm not remembering that. I don't want to put it directly. I'll first ask the person, and then they mention, and then I can add. Even if I make a mistake, I'll just tell them, I just needed a clarification because I can also pick wrongly. I just wanted to get from you whether what I picked was what you said. Don't even own the blame at it, even if you forget. And it is in order even to tell them to come back again. I normally tell my clients, if I don't even hear well, if you don't mind, come again on that point so that I can pick it well. And when I pick those points, if they like that, there are 4. I don't dwell on the 4 of them because they can be cumbersome. I only pick 2, the ones I can remember, and work on them. I might find in the middle of handling the 2, they will come up with the others. So just pick what you can and leave the rest. They will come up with them, or if they don't come, you don't worry very much. Just handle what you can remember and what they are willing to be handled. Yes. Leah?
I have a question.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I have a question, and that's why it took long for the introduction. Now, in this case, I don't want to read. You see, for example, withdraw from classes. One. Secondly, poorly performance in assignments. That failed two assessments. Then the first thing I'm getting in counselor's office or room is the consent form that is around 3 pages. I don't want to read. So what should I do as a counselor to handle now a client who is not willing even to read the consent form or to do anything to do with the reading?
You will assist and even write. Some even tell you, write for me, I'll tell you what to write. So you read for them and you tick what they tell you. Some are very stubborn. Sometimes they don't want to feel. And at the same time, because that consent form is very lengthy, there is that first part of the consent. Then we have the intake form here, the biodata. Hiyo ni refu kidogo. If they don't want to feel it themselves, just read for them and feel. When it comes to the feelings, if still they don't want to feel, because some may not, you just pick a few feelings. You don't have to read everything. Pick a few, and the way if they say yes, you just tick. But if they have it themselves, they can tick what they want. You don't go into details so much because you might take a lot of time, although it is also essential, but it might take a lot of time for the provide counseling services. So if you find as a counselor it's taking too long, take charge and say, if you are having any difficulties in filling the form, I can assist you. Are you stuck anywhere? Is there anything, if you see them that they are taking too long? Because people are different. Is there anything I can assist? Because our time is really moving on, and we need I need to listen to your issue today. They will hurry up or tell you, just help me. Use your own discretion so that you don't get stuck as a counselor.
Teacher.
Yes.
I just remembered something.
Yes.
So in the beginning of the session, the client was bargaining about the amount of money to pay. Soire was like, no, I am here. My work is to make you
that one I also had.
Don't you think it's good if this is the particular amount of money that is charged? And then he was not even clear of how he was to pay the money. So maybe the next session, because the client had there is bargaining, we can talk. She will not come with the money next time so that you can talk. The client will buy money, will buy time. So on the issue of money, if an institution has a fixed rate, you tell them this is what we charge for the session. Yeah, you just be clear from the first day, from the first time you meet with that client, because watu wa kuzungusha watakukopa kama kasongo ushangae.
No, this one is a pastor. Thank you. And yeah, maybe that's why he is doing the pastoral way. Okay. I can say for me, when I'm doing counseling, contracting for money to be paid is done before they come. For me, I do in the therapy room, real clients, the charges are done before they land in the office. Because if we come to bargain there, they might stress me and I'll feel bad. So even if they are not paying me a lot of money, let us contract about the fees, the payment long ago. Even for today, the lady who came, that one I'm talking about, the visually impaired, we had talked. Even after the session, she told me, Elizabeth, you told me it's this much. Yes. You still maintain the status quo. Nikamwambia yes. Because wakati unapaduka hapo unaenda chini, they take you for a ride. So agree before they ride for that therapy. Yes. Yeah, the fee is prepaid. I agree with you there. And if it is not prepaid, immediately after the session, let them pay. Yes. So either that was a good. your case has brought to us a lot of good things. And that's why we are saying we are learning. We are learning from each other. There are places you did very well because you are able to do the relationship building. You are able to give your client space and time. You are able even to attend to your client. It's only that a few things need to be worked on. Otherwise, it was a good session. Hey, naona kama there is no session that can be done because it is 10. So next week, come prepared to do more. I think by the end of the 2 days next week, everybody will be a counselor. And we do faster, so that we write something on your checklist. Otherwise, thank you for the feedback. Thank you for your participation. Thank you, Timothy, the counselor. Thank you, Soire, the counselor. Thank you, the clients. Be blessed, and let us keep practicing. You can see our practice is sharpening our skills, and irons sharpens iron. So when another member comes to be a client here, a counselor, people will learn more. So by the time all of us, the 18 or the 20 of us do the counseling, we shall have acquired a wealth of experience on how to counsel people. In fact, we shall be perfect. If this is the second one and we are perfecting, what about if the third one comes, the fourth one, the fifth? We shall be okay. So let us purpose to do that next week, please. The learning will be kidogo sana. Let the client pay. Yeah, Timothy said, remember we are professionals. So next week, we are going to do little learning, kidogo too, so that we are able to do like 10 people. Because the next day, we shall finish up with this. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I appreciate. I'll send you the notes so that you can go through. If you find any gaps, we can always address them. Yes. Thank you very much. Continue reading the case.
Before you end, you did not tell us which questions to do from the Ruth case.
Okay. I forgot. Let me tell you right away because I have my book right here. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that is good. Let me check the Ruth's case. I think I have it here. I have it here. Open there. The first page is Ruth autobiography. Yeah, so many. Then you go, hear the story, listen to the story, go. Then there is a psychosocial history there. Then we come to the questions. There is a question 1, 2, 3 for the first part. Let me see how our questions are. Hebu angalieni hapo hao maswali. How are they going? The question number 1, if I'm not wrong there, it is explain how you form a therapeutic relationship with Ruth. Can you see that question? Explain how you form a therapeutic relationship with Ruth. Outline how you develop the process of counseling Ruth. Identify 5 skills you'd use with Ruth and reasons for using each of the skills. So you do that question number 1. That is 1. I want you to do 3 questions so that I mark out of 60 times 100. Let me see the other question. That one is for introduction to counseling. Then theories. Theories we cannot miss. Discuss 4 key concepts in psychoanalytic theory, correct? Identify 3 behavioral approach goals that you'll focus on when counseling. Good. Explain 3 ways you can use Carl Rogers core conditions to help. So question number 2, those are 40. I'm remaining 1 question. Group theory, 5 group, no, that one, no. Explain communication. Explain how, yes. Then question number 4. Question number 4 says, explain how contracting for confidentiality with Ruth would be helpful. Outline 2 ways in which informed consent would be of importance to Ruth, would, and 3 aspects you would include in the informed consent form. So here, 4A has 5 marks, 4B has 5 marks. Then you merge, so that they can be 20, you merge that one of life skills. Identify 3 life skills you would teach Ruth to help her deal with her life issues. That is 16 plus 4, 20. So you are doing question 1, 2, question 4, and 5. Those are 60 marks. 60 marks. I will do the percentage. Are we okay? I've said question 1, question 2, question 4, and 5. Are you okay there? My people, are we okay?
Yes.
Yeah, thank
Yes, we are okay.
No,
Yeah.
Mwalimu, where are you reading it from? Is it on the WhatsApp?
The case I sent you for Ruth. Hukuona?
Nakumbuka ni kama niliona lakini sioni tena.
Kwani huioni? Wacha
Iko kwa
niangalie.
WhatsApp, sivyo? If it's there, then I'll just find it. Okay.
Let us, yeah, because I sent it. Where is that Ruth case? I don't want to get out of there before we can, kwani siku
Jamani, can
tu-
someone
It was
resend
sent
it?
on Friday.
Yes?
This Friday?
Yeah, it was sent on Friday.
Last
This
Friday.
Can you
Last
check
Friday.
whether somebody has sent again?
I've resent it. Oh, you have
Thank you.
resent. Thank you. That is powerful.
Ah, okay. It was in a word format. Okay.
You have resent, eh? Let me see whether I
Okay,
can
Mwalimu, I'm
see.
opening it. Just give me a minute.
Open. I don't want any stone unturned. Yes, it is sent there, the Ruth case docs. Here in Word. If you have a laptop, put the case there very well, copy paste and put it there. Then you go. Now can you see question book? Yes. Psychosocial. From psychosocial now you go to explain how you do a former therapeutic. Unaona hiyo questions. Unaona those questions there. Now, Rosette, I can see it on my mind. Question 1, I can see it. It has 5 marks. Then another
Yes,
5
the word
marks.
introduction to counseling. Or which
Very
one?
good. Question 1. Have you seen question 1? You do question 1, the whole lot of it, it has 20 marks. Question 2 has
Yes.
20 marks. Are we okay? Question
Yes.
4 has 10 marks, and question 5 has 10 marks, 11 marks. Yes. So you do question 4 and 5, because question 4 for ethics, 5 marks. B of it has 5 marks, those are 10. Then life skill has 6 marks, 16, plus 4, 20. So you are doing question 1, question 2, question 4, and 5. In total, 60 marks. I'll do the percentage. Am I clear? If you want to be okay, you can actually...
1, 2, 4, and 5.
Yeah, 1, 2, yes, thank you. 1, 2, 4, 5. You can even put it on your laptop where you copy paste it from WhatsApp. Then you put it in your laptop so that you are able to read those questions, or you print. You make a print of them in the cyber. Even print is excellent because you'll be able to read well. I have my print myself. I also have the soft copy. I have the 2 of them. I think that will be okay. He, ni hivyo. Tupumzike, tusiangukie huku. Yes, let us say the grace. The grace. Kimaru, ama Kimaru tumalizie tafadhali. Badala ya the grace inatuchanganya.
Oh, okay, thank you. Let's pray. Thank you, Lord. We want to thank you for giving us a chance to be in the class, and thank you, Lord, because we requested you to be with us as we started. And now that, Lord, we have come to a conclusion, we ask you, Lord, to bless each one of us and our families. And as Lord, we go and we go back to we go back to our normal some are in duty, some will recess. Lord, we ask you to protect us. And as we meet again next week, Wednesday, we shall not forget to you. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. We submit to you all our requests, for we pray this in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. Now may the grace of our Lord Jesus
Of our
Christ,
Lord
and
Jesus
the love
Christ,
of God,
and
Jesus
the
Christ,
love of God,
and the love of God,
the fellowship
and the
of the Holy
fellowship of the Holy
Spirit
Spirit,
be with us
be
now
with us now
And
and forevermore.
and
Amen.
forevermore. Amen.
Take care. Take care.
Thank you.
Good night,
very much.
everyone.
Good
Night.
Bye.
Bye. Good
Bye,
night,
everyone.
Bye.
Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. Thank you to enjoy yours.
And take care as you enjoy.
Yeah.
Rosa.